Hi, my name is Polina and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video in English and hopefully I will post a lot on this channel about me, my journey and about my career aspirations. So today's video will be about my life in Qatar. And since I've been here for 2 years, I really do have something to share with you. So just a little bit background about me. I'm international student in Qatar. I'm studying here for 2 years already, and my home country is in Russia. So my whole life before coming here was basically in Russia, and I've never been abroad before Qatar. And here I'm living on my own. So it's been a long independent journey, a lot of learning experience. And today, in today's video in general, I want to share pros and cons of living in Qatar. And maybe some of you will find it helpful when they will be considering Qatar as a country for studying, for example, because it's been my case. A very important point is that maybe I cannot speak for the ground truth. I'm speaking only about my experience being here and being here as an international student, very importantly. Because a lot of people on YouTube are talking about working opportunities and stuff like that, but since I haven't been exposed to it yet, I cannot really talk about that, if you know what I mean. I want to start this video from pros. And I will be looking here just because I have a list of everything on my laptop so that I don't forget anything. And the first one is that all people here are speaking English. It's a very important distinction just because a lot of people are assuming that if you're coming to Qatar, you need to speak Arabic to understand people and kind of not experience any difficulties in daily life. But to be honest, it's not the case. I've never experienced any problems. Like for example, you can go to groceries. You can just study here, you can communicate with locals fully in English and everyone will understand you, which is very important in my opinion. Just because you will never find it difficult not to be fluent in Arabic. But I believe it's such a cool thing when you can learn the language, just because I'm very inspired too. Second point is that safety here is on a very high level, and all people on YouTube and people on Reddit are saying that, and it's completely true. Just because there are a lot of people who are working as security guards, or for example, there are a lot of cameras everywhere, so it's very safe for women, for example, to go out even at 2 a.m. You will be completely fine. So it's not like in some countries where you are afraid to go somewhere at 8 p.m. It's actually very, very safe, and I believe I have never felt safer than here, which is interesting. Third point is that people here are extremely welcoming, and this is something that will actually help you to integrate very well. When I first time arrived to Qatar 2 years ago, I found it very easy to integrate, to communicate with locals. Of course, back then I spoke English well and I had no trouble like communicating with people. But anyway, just in terms of culture here is completely different. It's a Muslim country, first of all. It's very different in terms of religion from where I'm coming from. It's very different in terms of weather, in terms of temperature, in terms of climate, etc. So people here are very welcoming. They are always happy to extend the hand of help, and just willing to assist you in any need you have. The fourth point is that Qatar is a very clean country, and to be honest, I'm comparing it to where I was living before, and it just comes to no comparison, like literally. Just because whenever I'm going out, I'm just outside, or I'm commuting somewhere near the city, it's always very clean. I don't remember a time when I found a trash on the street or something like that. Like actually it's extremely clean. Moreover, you can wear the same shoes outside and in your house, and I believe they will be exceptionally clean. Which is completely different, again, from my experience that I've been living through before. Next point is that Qatar is very diverse and you can meet a lot of nationalities here. And all this thanks to Qatar's very international exposure. Like in general, Qatar tries to attract a lot of tourists, especially in winter, because in winter the weather is the nicest. And also thanks to FIFA that they hosted a few years ago, it also helps to attract a lot of students, a lot of tourists, a lot of workers. And I would for sure say that you can find at least 80 nationalities here. At least I'm as a student, I'm pretty much surrounded by people from a lot of countries from all over the world. Starting from, say, I don't know, Portugal or United States and to South Korea or something like that. So actually it's amazing experience because you're meeting so many people and you get introduced to so many cultures, so many viewpoints, which is insanely cool. My next point is something that is very specific to Qatar, and this is that everything is so close to you. Whenever you go somewhere around Doha, for example, this is the capital of Qatar, you can actually get there under 30 minutes, so it's not a story about waiting for the bus for 1 hour like I've had before. And here actually it takes just under 15-25 minutes to get anywhere you want, and it's very easy to commute as well. Qatar is very car oriented, let's say, and basically anywhere you can get by Uber. Usually this is the most popular taxi service here. And in terms of maybe pedestrians, not the best, just because it's actually sometimes hard to get somewhere just by walking. It's not a very walking friendly country, I would say. More or less for cars. It's very easy to commute anywhere. So it's very nice pro about Qatar that it's very easy to get anywhere. If you want to go to a cafe, for example, or to a restaurant, it actually takes just under, say, 20 minutes to get there, which is insanely cool, no? Then my next point is about something that is specific to my experience, and this is accessibility of high quality education. Qatar has international campuses of American universities. For example, here we have Carnegie Mellon, Georgetown, Northwestern, HC Paris, and we also had Texas A&M University. And these are all brilliant universities that have their main campuses in the United States. And here, thanks to Qatar Foundation, we are, for example, a lot of students here are receiving grants that basically allow them to study and make it possible to pursue a very high quality education. And just in general about education here in Qatar, also a very important point is that Qatar has a specific place called Education City that houses all these cool, fantastic universities and also some middle schools, if I'm not mistaken. And actually we have so many cool facilities, like for example we have gyms, we have pools, we have any type of tennis, like table tennis classes, we have just regular tennis, we have a lot of activities just indoors, outdoors, especially indoors just because Qatar is a very hot country anyway. And it's amazing opportunities for students to be living in a such kind of bubble, student bubble, but still being able to being involved in a lot of activities and different sorts of stuff, which is again a very cool opportunity. And we have a lot of connections with different companies here, and that's actually fantastic because they provide so many opportunities for students. So these were the most important pros about Qatar, and next I want to move to cons. So first of all, it's very important to mention that a lot of people compare UAE and Qatar a lot. In every single YouTube video you will find comparison of Dubai and Qatar, of Doha to be more precise. And usually people say something like Dubai is very open and it has so many tourists from all countries you can imagine. I would say Qatar is very similar to it, but it's not as open, and it's actually an important distinction when you're considering coming here, and it's very dependent on your purpose. If you're coming here for studying, maybe it's actually a good thing, just because you're not getting distracted by very external things like going out or, I don't know, just being very involved in kind of life outside of your school. When I'm studying, I find it actually helpful that life here is a bit calmer, maybe not as active, and you're kind of more focused on your own things, on your own career, maybe, if you're working here in a company. But in general, Qatar is not as open just because it's, let's say, has more Islamic way of developing its way, kind of. Maybe UAE more open just in general to tourists, and in general, like, after all this dynamic growth that it went through, it attracted so many tourists, and actually it made country very open, I would say. Qatar is a bit different. It has some norms of etiquette, like as UAE has, but anyway, Qatar is more strict in these terms. For example, you cannot walk with your knees, maybe shoulders open as a woman when you're going to a mall or some public place. Also, maybe something like holding hands might not be desirable. More people trying to kind of avoid that. So just in these terms, Qatar is more kind of closed, maybe. And maybe it's better just for settling down and having more settled life instead of something dynamic. My second point was just about that Qatar is a country for settling down and not for exploration. I would say Qatar is a very family-oriented country in general. It has kind of a very great environment for families, just in general, for kids starting their school, for parents to work, and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say that the country is the best for someone who is, say, 17 to 30 years old, when these people are just about to build their career. They're very driven, very goal-oriented, and they actually want to achieve a lot of things in their life. And I feel like, just in terms of the size of the country, Qatar is quite a small country. You can actually cross the border just in 3 hours. I believe if you are living in a more dynamic country, just in general, you're more likely to achieve greater things, even though it depends on the person. It's a very individual experience. For example, for me, I would say that it's very easy to explore the country just under, in 1 year. And after that, it becomes a bit more boring because you're trying to find new opportunities, new experiences, but actually you start seeing people showing up, but you see the same faces, you see the same people, you don't meet many other new people. Especially in the summer, because in the summer everyone leaves Qatar and it's very boring, and to be honest, that's an experience that's worth living through, but maybe not repeating. So that's also something that is important to consider. Next point is that weather in Qatar, especially in the summer, is extremely hot. And when I'm saying extremely hot, it means it's actually very hot. In the summer, weather in Qatar is around 50 degrees Celsius, especially from May till maybe September. Currently it's August and it's extremely hot and extremely humid, especially when it's around 45 in the evening and humidity reaches 80%. It's just insanely terrible. and you cannot literally go anywhere. So you're locked in your room, whatever, where you're living, for an entire summer, which is very boring. And the only place I can go to is my university, or just trying to find places around. But it's actually very boring, just because a lot of people are living for summer and you cannot actually find meaningful connections, maybe. Next point is that people here are more reserved, and that's what I touched upon just a few points before. People here have different culture. The majority of people here are Muslim, and it implies that a lot of them will be more reserved just because of the cultural norms. For example, for me, as someone who wasn't exposed to such culture, it's a very different experience. So for me, I usually try to find people who are more or less outgoing, very willing to kind of challenge themselves and just kind of try new things, be very open-minded and stuff like that. So even though there are a lot of people like that, it's quite hard to find them, just because they are usually in their own communities, and these communities are very tight-knit. So it's quite hard to find people that have the same mindset as you are, if you're, especially if you're very kind of driven and very maybe goal-oriented. People here are having kind of a slower lifestyle. They enjoy the moment. They like sitting in a cafe for several hours, just talk about their life maybe. So they do enjoy their lives, but maybe their lifestyle is not as dynamic as I wish it to be. And this is something that I find hard in Qatar, because I literally cannot find peace with that. And it's very hard for me as a person who likes to achieve things and likes to think creatively about achieving them. So I really do need to be surrounded by people who are very like-minded, very driven, very oriented to achieving their goals. And again, I'm not implying that people here are not, but it's just that in general, people here are having slower lifestyle. Next point is about nature. Obviously, Qatar is a desert, and there is not much nature, I would say. Usually you can see some very green areas, especially if it's park. There are a few parks you can find. They are obviously amazing. Maybe the greenest area I've been to is Education City, where I'm living, and it has just an amazing nature. But aside from this, I wouldn't say you can find a lot of nature here in Qatar. Maybe in some areas like Qatar, you can actually find something that is amazing. I am not saying that everything is a sand, but still you have to understand that you will not find the same experiences like maybe in your home country, where you have mountains, forests, rivers and stuff like that you can enjoy. Here you have to actually adapt and understand that the country has completely different landscape. And my final point is that it's not walkable. It's completely true. Sometimes it depends on the area. Like, let's say throughout winter month, it's quite nice. Like in general in Qatar, I would say there are not many areas you can walk in. But for example, where I'm living, I'm living in the Education City, and there are quite a lot of areas to walk. But anyway, it's doable only in winter, or just from, let's say, October till like March or so. And after March or April, it gets insanely hot. You cannot get out at all. You're just locked in your space. So it makes it quite hard. So it's weather and not walkable streets. So that's why you kind of have to find the ways to entertain yourself, just to try to come up with different places you want to visit, like different museums that they have, different maybe malls that they have. People in Qatar actually do love malls a lot, and you can find quite interesting places there. And in general, some areas that worth visiting. But in general, like if we're talking just about walking in the street, I would say possible, but it will be very different from your experiences if you're living somewhere outside of Middle East. So this was my final point, and this video is already 20 minutes, which is a lot. And I want to thank you a lot for watching this video, and hopefully I will publish it. And we'll see how it will go, because I thought that this idea is cool and I just want to share my experience about living in Qatar. And hopefully you found it helpful if you're considering moving here, or you've been here for some time and just want to see someone else's perspective. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you soon in my upcoming videos.